thing that I just said, hi, Evalyn.
Hi, Shala.
Hi, you can stay there. So Evalyn is actually the first person to sign up to the program. And I want to bring her here because she got so much value. She actually did the homework and got so much value out of just the free stuff that I wanted her to just talk to you. So if you haven't done the work, you still have time until Tuesday midnight to go back to the sessions for the replays, and maybe she will convince you to be able to go through that, get the free stuff, do the work, get the value, and then if you think you need more support like what she wanted, then you can go on and sign into the program. So the elements are, as I said before I take Evalyn on, the elements are, first, as soon as you sign in, you're going to get the 7 modules of a program called Nail Your Niche. It's an online recorded program with worksheets and modules and templates and scripts, and they're all in order for you, but they're all available at the same time. So if you want to go fast, you can complete them all in one week. If you want to go slow, you can do them all, in line with us, because that's what we're going to be covering in every single, the Monday. We do one Monday of teaching and one Monday of Q&As. One Monday of teaching, and the last Monday is what's called a marketplace, where you get to introduce your business to other businesses in the group. In addition, if you pay in full, you guys, which is another thing that I'm going to ask Evalyn about, you actually get to qualify for what a lot of our guests have been talking about, which is the VIP day, which is a $5,000 value. It's a strategy day, which is an accelerator where it's just you and me. We're on Zoom and we're just looking at your business. You're bringing every single marketing and sales issue and program that you've got to the table. We're looking at it, we're evaluating it, and we're putting in next steps within the next 30 days for you to get money, for you to make money within the next 30 days, using whatever you have, tweaking whatever you have, or rebuilding whatever you have. And then part of the program is you go back and join the program. Every Monday, we're meeting to figure out your super niche. What you will get as a result of this program is you're going to find your super niche that you can market and put into every single messaging that you've got to be able to generate an extra 6 or 7 figure income, like many of the guests that you've heard who were client testimonials. So that's what you get in the program. And now I'm going to ask Evalyn. Evalyn, welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here. This was very, completely unplanned on my part, and I'm so happy that you're willing to do it. Brave woman. So tell us, first of all, how did you even find out about this boot camp, Evalyn?
Well, Shala, you and I met last year at the WeBank conference.
Okay.
And I think you were talking about elevator pitches, and I was in the pitch competition. I can't remember if I took your class before or after the competition, but I made it to the second round, which for me was really good. I was really excited to get to do that. So, and I thought that you had a lot of value in what you had to say, but I didn't want to hear about super niching.
Oh, really?
No.
Tell me why.
I knew you were right, but I didn't want to hear it. So I'm in Houston, and my clients are oil and gas primarily. We say we're industry agnostic, and we've worked with a lot of different industries. And the last few years for oil and gas, things have been going down. So it was tough. And I felt like, I'll grasp at straws, I'll do anything, right? So I didn't want to hear niche down into a specific area. But I still thought that you had a lot of value. I'd signed up for your mailing list. And so I get your newsletters and your emails, and I read a lot of them. I probably don't read all of them. It depends what's going on. But I got an email from you about the boot camp, and I thought, you had a lot to say last year, and things are not better this year, certainly. And, double whammy of the oil price and COVID. So most of my business is gone. And so I thought, I'm going to do the boot camp because I know you have a lot to say. And then I kind of went all in, and I was excited every night. As soon as the class would end, I'd work on my homework, and my brain was going, and it was still there on my desk in the morning, and I'd work on it some more the next morning. And I've just gotten a lot out of it, and really excited about it. And then with the whole exercise of trying to find your super niche, I mean, never mind looking at 3 things. I think I looked at like 20 different things, and I have more rows on my table to kind of keep considering. But one of them that I landed on, as I started doing more research, it looked like there really was some opportunity for us there. It's something that's been of interest to me, but because I've been so scattered and will work with anybody, I didn't have time to focus on anything to see what was really there. So that really excited me.
I am so amazed. Tell me about that email, that text message that you sent me about the call.
Yes. So you encouraged us to do the research, find some pain points, and then for me, really step out of my comfort zone and call somebody. It needed to be a decision maker and not somebody that I was currently working with,
yes.
Not a current client. So I looked on LinkedIn for my category, which was offshore wind, and I found a bunch of people whose names I recognized, and one of them was somebody who works for an operating company, so that would be more of a client than another consultant. And I haven't talked to him in, I don't know, 7 years maybe. It's been a long time, but I actually worked with them probably 20 years ago in fairly early days in my company. And so I remembered his name, and he's with a different company now. And I reached out to him on LinkedIn. He responded right away, gave me his cell phone number and said I could call him. So I did, and I was kind of working around to my pain points, and we never really kind of got specifically there, but, and I forgot to check how long he was on the phone with me, but it was probably a good 20, 25 minutes.
Wow.
I got like 6 or 7 pages of notes, and I learned a lot about the industry, and I also got a lot more excited about it because he's very bullish on the industry and really thinks that it's going to really take off in the US. And so that was validating too. I still may not know exactly where the pain points are. And I may be too early getting into that one. I might need to find a different niche, but I'm excited about it. And I've done more research since, and there's definitely organizations, LinkedIn groups, there are events that are happening all the time, every month. Of course, it's all on Zoom right now. So it definitely seems to tick all of those boxes. So I'm excited.
That is so great. So Evalyn, you got so much value out of just the free stuff. Then what made you decide to jump in and sign on to the B2B Magnetic Marketer?
Well, as your earlier guests, Richard, and I think Marta also said, if what you're doing right now is working, then you're not here in the boot camp, right? What I'm doing right now isn't working. What I've done for 23 years is no longer working. And so something else has got to give. My business isn't going to survive unless something changes. And so doing the same old thing isn't going to work. And through this week, I mean, you and I have had some chats leading up to the boot camp. It didn't take but a second to get personal. And I shared about my mom, and you shared about your parents. And I really get that you care about each of us. And that's what I need. And then the other thing that I really, really liked that really resonated for me, because as you say, there are a lot of people out there with all kinds of programs, and they all work to some degree. But yours is B2B service providers. That's me. And I've taken lots of free and some paid training on different kinds of sales and marketing, and usually it's product-based.
Oh, she froze. Oh, unfortunately, she's frozen. Well, we'll wait for her to come back. But in the meantime, you guys, I'm going to tell you, Crystal, I wonder if you could text her and tell her that she's frozen, and just to close out and then come back in. So what I'm going to tell you guys is tomorrow, what we have is day 8, Monday. Again, we're here at 8 o'clock. And the bonus training is, this one's a really good one. Oh, are you back? Oh, she's
a little power blip. Sorry about that.
I know, that's okay. Sorry, go ahead.
Where did I cut out?
You were talking about, having worked with lots of free and other, coaching programs, and surely they all helped in some way. But the reason why you decided this one.
Oh, because two things. One is I can tell you really care about people who you're working with. And the second is your niche is B2B service providers.
Perfect.
That's what we are.
But
B2B service. I don't have to do those mental gymnastics for figuring out a product thing and then turning it into my service business.
Right. Good. So you're making the point that you need to be niched yourself.
Yes.
Right. That's awesome.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
That is really awesome. And the last question that I wanted to ask before I let you go is, what made you, decide to go the pay in full and get the half-day VIP session route?
That was a big leap for me. Of course I always want everything. But I think really when I heard Jill, it was Jill, right, who spoke on Friday night.
Yeah.
And I thought, that's what I need. I don't have time to fuss around with this. I need to really get going on this now. And I feel like I've gotten a lot of value out of this week. But I need more in depth. I'm not there yet. I'm not ready to launch yet. And I want to get what I can. And if I'm going to pay for it anyway, might as well pay for it now and get that extra value.
Right. And that is a huge value. And everybody who ever worked on this campaign asked, like, their eyebrows would go up and say, "Are you sure? Are you sure?" It's a lot. It's a lot of time. So, but I'm so grateful. And Evalyn, I'm going to take care of you.
Thank you. I know you are.
We're going to figure this out. And as soon as we can, and the speed that you go, my friend, it's going to be fast. You'll see.
Yay.
We're going to get into it. Absolutely. So thank you so much for joining us.